The drama in the Dales is absolutely skyrocketing right now, and the cast list is shaking up just as much as the storylines. We are talking about major exits for some terrifying villains and temporary goodbyes for legendary fan favourites. Plus, we have secret husbands returning for revenge and lurking in the shadows. If you think you know who is safe in Emmerdale, think again, because this Christmas is going to change everything for the Sugdens and the Dingles. Before we dive deep into every single departure and return, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Emmerdale today for all the latest soap updates. Let us start with the news that has everyone talking, and that is the revolving door at the Woolpack. It feels like we can barely keep up with who is packing their bags and who is storming back into the village with a vendetta. First up, we have to talk about Celia Daniels, played by the brilliant Jay Griffiths. We now have confirmation that her time in the village is coming to an end. Jay has admitted that Celia was only ever intended to be a finite character, which makes sense given just how much destruction she has caused in such a short time. She said she is sad to go because the character is such a strong arc, but honestly, as viewers, we are breathing a sigh of relief. Celia has been absolutely monstrous. The big question now is how she leaves. She has been tormenting Moira and Cain, and things have reached a boiling point. We saw that tense showdown where Moira confronted Celia about the fraud. It takes a lot of nerve to forge Moira Dingle's signature on fake invoices and then use that to launder money. When Moira found out, she was rightfully furious, but Celia is a master manipulator. She actually goaded Moira into slapping her just so she could play the victim. It is that kind of twisted psychological game that makes her so dangerous. Moira and Cain tried to handle this the Dingle way by confronting her directly rather than going to the police immediately because Moira is worried about being implicated in the fraud. Cain was ready to tear the place apart, but Moira hesitated. She knows that her name is on those dodgy documents. When they finally stood in Celia's living room, the audacity of the woman was unbelievable. She tried to buy them off. She literally handed over a file of adjusted paperwork and tried to act like they were still business partners. When that didn't work, she revealed she had already transferred the dirty profits into Moira's bank account. That is not a gesture of goodwill, that is a frame-up. If the police look at those accounts now, it looks like Moira is the one doing the laundering. Celia is clearly planning to leave Moira holding the bag while she makes a run for it. She even told her son Ray that by the time they realise the mess they are in, we will be long gone. That sounds like a woman who has a getaway car waiting. We can only hope Cain stops her in time, because if Celia gets away with this, Moira could be facing prison time for crimes she didn't commit. Speaking of exits that are going to hit us hard, we have to talk about Victoria Sugden. Isabel Hodgins is taking maternity leave, which is wonderful news for her personally, but it is a massive blow for the show. She has been part of the furniture for 19 years. We have watched her grow up from a little girl into the heart of the village. Victoria is the one who holds everything together with her sensible advice and her flapjacks. The village is going to feel a lot emptier without her. Isabel said she's going to miss it, and honestly, we are going to miss her too. Hopefully the writers give her a peaceful reason to leave for a while because the Sugdens have enough tragedy as it is. Now let us move on to the truly chaotic storylines involving the Sugden men. Robert Sugden and Aaron Dingle cannot catch a break. Just when they decided to give their relationship another real go and bond with Robert's son Sebastian, the past comes back to haunt them. We are saying goodbye to Chris Kogel, who plays Kev Townsend, but not before a dramatic return. We thought Kev was gone after he attacked them with a sword, which was absolutely medieval and terrifying. But it turns out his exit was only temporary. Reports say Kev is coming back for Christmas and he wants vengeance. This man is the secret husband Robert met in prison, and he is clearly unhinged. He realised Robert loves Aaron more than him, and that jealousy has turned lethal. The idea of him crashing their Christmas looking for a final stand is genuinely scary. Aaron and Robert just want to have a nice dinner, but instead they have to look over their shoulders for a sword-wielding ex. But Kev is not the only threat looming over them. We also have the situation with John Sugden, played by Oliver Farnworth. We know John is leaving the soap when his storyline concludes, but the way he is going out sounds explosive. This man is a hero complex, which is a terrifying combination. He puts people in danger just so he can save them. He is currently on the run, but sources say he will be back for an epic crossover event with Coronation Street. The fact that his face was spotted on a wanted poster in a Coronation Street episode is such a clever detail. It suggests the police in Weatherfield are looking for him too. If John returns to Emmerdale for a final showdown, it could be a bloodbath. There are rumours that he might be the one targeting Aaron and Robert. We saw Aaron's windscreen get smashed and trees set on fire. At first, fingers pointed at Ross Barton because he has been acting out and he is jealous of Robert playing dad to Sebastian. But Ross claims he has an alibi. If it is not Ross, then it has to be either Kev or John. Both of them have grudges against Robert and Aaron. John is Robert's half-brother and Aaron's ex-husband, so that is a double grudge right there. If John runs into Cain Dingle again, it is going to be lights out. Cain already suspects something is off with him. The tension is building up to what sounds like a fatal mistake for John. He has gotten away with so much, but soap operas always trip up eventually. We just hope he doesn't take anyone we love down with him when he falls. Then we have the drama over at the Woolpack with the Dingles. Charity Dingle is sitting on a ticking time bomb. She is pregnant and she is terrified that the baby belongs to Ross Barton and not her husband Mackenzie. Why she does this to herself is a mystery. Mac finally seems settled, and now this secret threatens to blow their whole marriage apart. She has confided in Vanessa Woodfield, which is great for moral support, but terrible for keeping secrets. The awkwardness is going to be off the charts because Vanessa is coming to Christmas dinner with Mac and Charity. Imagine trying to eat turkey while knowing that the baby might belong to the man who is currently smashing up cars in the village. Ross has already smelled a rat. He knows Charity is hiding something. She managed to throw him off the scent for now, but Ross is not stupid. If the truth comes out over Christmas dinner, stuffing won't be the only thing getting thrown around. The Dingle family tree is complicated enough without adding this mess to it. Finally, we have a quieter but still tragic exit looming with the storyline involving Ray Walters and Laurel Thomas. Ray is Celia's son, and he has been part of her criminal scheme since they arrived. They have treated poor Beowulf terribly, forcing him into what looked like domestic slavery. It makes your blood boil to see such a nice man being bullied. However, Ray is showing signs of having a conscience. He has formed a genuine emotional connection with Laurel. It is the most unlikely romance we have seen in a while, but weirdly it kind of works. Ray just seems to want a mother figure who isn't a monster. Celia wants to run away to escape the fraud investigation, and she expects Ray to come with her. But Ray wants to stay for Laurel. He wants to have a fake Christmas lunch with her before he goes. It is actually quite sad. If Celia realises he is softening up and jeopardising their escape plan, she is going to turn on him. Ray is caught between a rock and a hard place. He is a criminal, but he is also a victim of his mother's manipulation. There is also a brief note about Steph Milligan returning. She is Ruby and Caleb's daughter, and she fled the village recently. The actress Georgia J is on maternity leave, so Steph won't be gone forever. When she does come back, hopefully, she can stay away from the endless drama of her family, but in this village that is unlikely. So, to recap, we have Celia trying to frame Moira and flee the country. We have Victoria leaving for maternity. We have Kev and John Sugden both circling the village ready to unleash violence on Robert and Aaron. And we have Charity praying her paternity secret doesn't destroy her marriage. It is a lot to take in. The writers are clearly pulling out all the stops to make sure this transition into the new year is as chaotic and memorable as possible. The stakes feel incredibly high right now. Usually we get one big Christmas storyline, but this year it feels like 3 or 4 massive climaxes all happening at once. The fear for characters like Aaron and Robert is real because happy endings are so rare in soap operas. We just want them to be happy, but with 2 villains targeting them, the odds are not looking good. And poor Moira. She has worked so hard to keep her business afloat, and now she might lose everything because she trusted the wrong person. It is a classic reminder that in Emmerdale you should never trust a newcomer who seems too good to be true. We will have to wait and see who actually makes it into the new year unscathed. My money is on the Dingles coming out on top, because they always do, but it is going to be a bumpy ride. Make sure you tune in because these episodes are going to be unmissable. It is the end of an era for some characters and the explosive return for others. The village is never going to be the same again.